This hair, chop it off, I feel like. So here's the dynamics then. I usually just sit and wait for people to come, but nobody joins. It's so easy to hate in this world because of the manipulation tactics that the enemy has brought forth upon us all since before we were born. So when we were born into it, our parents already kind of influenced our sinful ways. We were born into sin can mean a lot of different things. Like people, when they hear it, they think, oh, well, we were just born a sinner, which because of the bloodline, it's embedded in you, sinning, right? The nature aspect. But then the way I'm thinking is that people don't really think about is like you were born into a sinful world. At one point, there was no sin, and then there was deception, and then there was sin from that. So anyone that's born after that was born in sin. And that's the thing that's crazy because Adam and Eve, they were born pretty much without sin, I guess. But then they got tempted, and then that temptation and desire led to, and disobedience led to sin. Because all sin is just the opposite of what of God's intended purpose or of God's intention, deliberately, consciously. So God gave one command, and man slash woman couldn't follow even that one command, right? If they can't follow one, and that's the thing, it only takes one. If you break one of them, you might as well break them all because one is separation from God because God is holy and God expects holiness, although he understands that we're going to sin. He knows every speck of hair on our head, beard, whatever. So he understands that we're going to mess up, but it's not a season pass. That's not a exclusive amusement park 3 month pass for the spring slash summer, you know? That's what Jesus Christ came to do is to fulfill the mission, to accomplish, to finish the the mission, do the will of his Father. All right, my sister just sent me a text. And that's what we should be doing for the rest of our lives is sorry, is my sister keeps texting me. What we should be doing with the rest of our lives are preaching the gospel to everybody and living the way that God intended us to live, to not give in to our temptations because I'll talk in a way that will put me on the spot because then I can't just say, or you can't just say that I'm talking out of my butt. But, pun intended, everything in my life that I've done that, whether I knew it was wrong or not, if it goes away from what God's intention, his intended purposes was, it always turns into crap. It turns into nothing. It turns into jealousy, depression, envy. It turns into negativity. Everything you can think of. You do the opposite of God's intended purpose, it's always going to crumble. Even if it's not an instant crumble, it's that subconscious stuff that's in your mind that will desensitize you into doing other things. And those other things can lead to unwanted pregnancies, STDs, people betraying you, you betraying people, just a host of things, getting your house broken into, getting mugged while you're on the street, being flashy, and then, yeah, it happening to you. Yeah, you could be deemed a victim or considered a victim, but the fact is all that sin If people didn't sin, then you wouldn't have got robbed. You wouldn't have been cheated on. You wouldn't have had that unwanted pregnancy. You wouldn't be going through the mess that you're in. You wouldn't be with people that lie to you constantly. You wouldn't be in a situation where you're backed up in a corner and you have to subject yourself to doing things you never dreamed of or thought of, that you never planned on doing, just to make it, just to get by. And yeah, it's a lonely lifestyle. Like living the Christian walk is a lonely walk because majority of people don't want to hear it. Majority of, like, look, I got one person in here. I don't know who you are. You're gonna leave too. I know it. You'll leave. The fact is, it's a lonely existence because people love to hate and people hate to love. It's that simple. People don't want what's truth. People don't want what's real. People only want to just live for instant gratification, to manipulate other people, to get ahead and to show off and have clout and be popular and get all the sexual partners under the sun and just have people thrive to be just like them because that's what they assume is what's expected to be considered cool or popular or whatever. That's